Mixed Reactions community. It is part two of episode, I believe, 87 of Mixed Reactions. Before we get into Casey's conspiracy theory that he brought up in week one, in part one, I just want to make sure to remind everybody, and I'm actually going to post it on the group, that the pick segment that everybody loves, is going to be, we need a
It's
guest picker
back
for week.
next week. We need a guest picker. Ian, ask your boys, ask anyone around. I'll do the same. Justin, I know you're not here with us, but I know you're going to watch the show. We need to find a guest picker for next week.
And just to kind of go over what guest picker means, just bring you on for the pick segment, just tell you to join when it's time. And throughout the weeks, everybody's record will be combined, and you all will be an entrant, and then me, Jason, it's Justin and
Justin,
fucking Casey. We'll have our own entrants, and we'll kind of compare it against us. And if you guys beat us, which you won't, because I went like fucking 12-1. I always make it something more. It was like 9-3, and then I went like 1-10 the next week. But we'll do like change this cover photo or do something fun. But definitely we're gonna get into that more on the group. But okay, so Casey, talk about your sports conspiracy theory. I'm gonna mute myself. I'm interested to hear this because it sounds like you're
oh,
excited to talk
I
about it.
want you
Take it
to.
away.
I want you to also be involved. You don't have to meet yourself fully. So, all right. You know how obviously Thanksgiving, right? It's filled with NFL football. Like that's what the sporting event is on Thanksgiving. And then for years and years and years, the NBA has kind of solidified basketball. Well, I don't know if you
Are you
saw
talking about
this year,
Thanksgiving or Christmas?
On Christmas, the
Okay, okay,
NBA has
okay.
kind of solidified. Obviously, Thanksgiving is NFL,
Right, right. I
but
get you.
for years and years, right, the NBA has kind of solidified Christmas. Well, I don't know if you noticed this year, Ian, there are some heavy hitting games on the NFL for Christmas this year. And I think that's a move that's here to stay. And I'm going to take it a step further. So just hear me out. It's kind of a slow burn type thing. Obviously, the ratings in the NFL are going to crush whatever the NBA does this year in Christmas because the Cowboys and the Chiefs both play on Christmas Day. Those two games are going to be double the ratings of any NBA game that day. Now, obviously, there's also talk of the NFL moving to an 18 game schedule. Obviously, we know the NFL is the biggest money grab league that we have. And here is what I think they're attempting to do. This is my conspiracy, Ian. I think they're trying to take Labor Day away from college football, Labor Day weekend. I don't, because obviously we don't really ever have NFL football on Labor Day weekend. It's always
This
the weekend
weekend.
after.
Right.
It's And so I think what the NFL is trying to do is take that weekend as well from college
To
football.
bump it up a week ahead of time.
Absolutely, because they're
Hmm.
talking about adding that 18th game, and I don't think they're going to add it towards the end of the season. I think they would start the season a week early,
Because
and
then
because hear me out, because
I know I'm with
obviously
him.
for college, the ratings, obviously for TV ratings, are massively huge on that day, right? Because they have Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's the pretty much the whole week of just college during that really big opening week of college football. Obviously, after that, most games, the biggest primetime games, are moved to
Saturday.
Saturday.
There's no games on
But look
Sunday
at
after the first week, really. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so what I think they're going to do is I think the NFL and its, smart little brain is going to move the first week back, have their opening game on that Thursday, have their games on Sunday, and just drounce the college ratings. And I think they're going to completely overtake Labor Day weekend from college.
Yeah, and I mean they're not going to cut the preseason down to two games. I mean,
No,
that's not going to happen. You need those teams want those developmental I don't know, you don't think they would ever knock the pre Didn't they experiment with that one year for it being two games or am I
well,
tripping?
they've already done it in a sense because remember, it used to be 4 games. Game three always used to be the dress rehearsal game.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, it was always it was 4 games. I mean, when I used to play
Mm-hmm.
Madden '03, it was 4 games. I used to make a
Yep.
500 pound 7 foot quarterback.
But that's my little conspiracy. It's not like the end of the world type conspiracy, but that's what I think the NFL is meaning to do because when they push it to 18 weeks, obviously a team is going to get a second bye week. Obviously, every team's going
Yeah.
to get 2 bye weeks. And so that's going to push the Super Bowl back till about President's Day. And so they'll have the Super Bowl on President's Day weekend, giving everybody the Monday off after the Super Bowl, which should be a holiday anyways. But I think they're going to start a week early, take Labor Day away from college, because after a year or so, right, college will probably still to try to fill their games in there on Sunday during that first week. But after they realize, oh shit, nobody's watching us because the NFL's on, they're going to be like, okay, we'll move our games to Saturday. And they're just going to see revenue, revenue, revenue.
What we need to do with you is the thing that they do with the people that have the really, the conspiracy. I don't want to get shot down, but the conspiracy is about the guy they find, the cure, this and this and this, and they go missing. They got to do that with you because that was like the best idea I've ever heard anybody ever say about anything in my life. That's incredible to have it just go. I mean, yeah, okay, because like you said, we're gonna overtake Labor Day weekend. Well, and then President's Day is.
Is February 18th. It's always
So it's
around
like
that
the
time
week
frame.
after, not the Monday after the Super Bowl, the following Monday. But you're saying, but what you're saying is they're going to push the start of the season back, so it's still going to end on the same day.
Because they're gonna have every team's gonna have an extra bye week. Every team's gonna have that extra bye week.
It doesn't matter. It's still 18 weeks.
It's gonna be 19 weeks technically. It'll go to week 19. There'll be 18
Oh, 18
games.
games. Oh,
Because it's there's already a week 18. There's just 17
I see.
games.
I see what you're saying. It's the important thing isn't the games increasing, it's the weeks increasing because that's what's going to push it off to. Yeah, that's a really good idea. I didn't even think about that. I mean, I mean, there's no, you know, it's a federal holiday, but there's nothing saying that you can't have an event the day before. Oh well, that if it's I mean, and shit, and that way we can stay productive in goddamn America, because you know how many people call off the day. It's the most, I think, by far the most called off day, the Monday after the Super Bowl.
As soon as vacation schedules come out, I don't really take like full weeks of vacation, but I always take the Monday after the Super Bowl off no matter what. Every time the vacation, I'm like, dope, yep, Monday after Super Bowl, Casey's out, like not coming in.
Dude, I haven't had the Monday. Wait, fuck, who played? Yeah, I worked. I've had the date Monday after the Super Bowl off in a minute, bro. When the Chiefs and the Niners played, I couldn't even drink that night, man, because I had work in the morning. I didn't want to be in another situation where my ass wake up somewhere fucked up and oh damn, I gotta go to work. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's just football season being back, bro, and seeing people fighting at the games and seeing the punches and the beer bottles being thrown and the insults being yelled at children by grown adults because of the disagreement over a
Yeah.
game. Like it's all about to start, Casey, and I'm excited.
I could not be more excited, man. Football, the start of football season is always the best time of the year. Not only because it's football, but it's also, hockey's right around the corner, basketball's right around the corner, baseball playoffs are starting. Like, it's just the best time of the year in
Yeah.
general to be a sports fan.
I mean, it's gonna come up on the when right after basketball starts, it's gonna be where we have all four sports going at one time. Matter of fact, there is a point. Well, yeah, I mean, there's a point where you're gonna have, with the exception of college basketball, you have college football, college football, NHL, NBA, NFL, baseball playoffs. Like it's great. And baseball, we talk the playoffs are just so. When you watch a good playoff
Electric.
game, I mean, you could feel the tension in every pitch. When the Dodgers won the game one last year, bro, like I was so tired I knocked out, and then come to find out, dude Freeman hits a fucking grand slam. I was like, weren't they just losing by one?
Yeah.
But it's nothing like NFL though.
It No, of course, no. NFL's king. Always has been, always will be. The NFL's never going to fall off. And the NFL does it in such smart ways because when you look at other sports like NBA or Major League Baseball, like I don't want to put NHL there yet because obviously NHL is more of a city thing than it is a worldwide spectator event. The fans are dedicated to the city, but it doesn't get much love outside of its general areas,
Now it
right?
did used to somewhat,
It, Sure, but
a little bit.
not a little bit. Sure, not like NBA, not like NFL, or how Major League Baseball used to be. Obviously, the MLB has a lot of work to do with getting their ratings
But
back
it's
up,
still
but
baseball.
it's still baseball. So here's my thought on why the NFL is always
Mm.
going to be king. It's because the NFL yes, it has certain types of players that it markets, but it markets teams,
That's what I've
it
always
markets
said. Yeah.
organizations. Basketball markets players. And so when that player, specific player, is either not in the playoffs or not in the finals or having an off year, the ratings show for that. When
Or
it's
they
a
go to or
team,
the fans go to a different team when the player switches teams.
yeah, exactly. With the NFL, yes, obviously it has its Tom Brady's, its Patrick Mahomes, its Aaron Rodgers. Like it has the players that it promotes for sure.
Hmm.
But what it does more so is it markets teams.
The great, Rooney family or the just the Chiefs and the I've always heard that, and that's why I mean outside of like you said within the cities kind of for NHL, you're not gonna meet. You're more likely to meet a what's the least popular NFL team that you would think? By Titans,
Probably the Panthers,
Jaguars,
Jaguars, Panthers,
whatever.
Titans.
So okay, you're more likely in Arkansas or just anywhere, fuck Arkansas, anywhere. You're more likely to see a Jacksonville Jaguars fan than I don't know who's like the sixth best team in the NBA. You're really more likely to see a Jaguars fan anywhere than a Pacers fan, and they almost won the NBA championship.
Yeah,
Point that I'm trying to make is the NFL is just so huge. Well, it's so huge, but the NBA, you're a fan of the players. Like, unless you live in the city or it's like Boston, I think it's a little different. Lakers are a little different because they have such great franchise histories, but like it, you follow the players around, you follow the player stories and the players' legacies, whereas the NFL, and I think the NFL marketing teams just speaks to their credit of knowing where their strengths lie. I mean, because NFL fan bases are passionate and they're massive. You know what I mean?
yeah, 100%, 100%, Ian. Like the NFL, it's so much more team oriented than it is player, and that's the type of results you get. Because you're right, you would 100% find a Jacksonville fan in Arkansas more than a Pacers fan. Like you would find a Titans fan more than a New York Rangers fan. You know what I mean? Like it's just a big NHL team too, but they don't have that outside of their home marketing reach in the NHL, nor do they really in Major League Baseball anymore. You're muted.
Oh, right. Instead of like the Celtics and Lakers, like I think they're like the couple of exceptions that you
Yeah,
have.
yeah, of course. Yeah, the Celtics, the Lakers, the Knicks. You know what I
The
mean? Those
Knicks.
that's and of course, with the baseball, you got the Yankees, and you could maybe argue the Red Sox and the Dodgers and potentially the Cubs.
But even
But
look at like the Spurs, as great as they are in NBA history, like outside of San Antonio, who's really cheering for the Spurs other than a couple? Oh, the Bulls are probably another team in the NBA. But even then, the Bulls' popularity skyrocketed because of the marketing of
because
one
of Michael
player.
Jordan,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a Jordan, and I don't think outside of like Chicago, you're gonna find many true and blue Bulls fans. Yeah, you'll find Jordan fans,
I met a
but you're
few
not
people
gonna
that have
find
actually stuck with them, but not like you would with
a
football. Not
few.
like I've seen with
Sure,
football.
but see, those to me are the exception to the rules,
You think so?
not the
Okay.
rule itself. Yeah, I
Mhm.
definitely do. Now, there's people who are devoted to the Jets their whole life, been diehard Jets fans. And look at what has it gotten them? Nothing. There's people who are diehard Carolina Panthers fans, diehard Jacksonville Jaguars fans, Tennessee Titan fans. They don't leave because Eddie George left. They don't leave because Christian McCaffrey left. Like they stick with their team, and that's why the NFL is king, in my opinion, is because of how well they market their teams.
Yeah, and I love that you bring that up because I think it's a really fun conversation to have. And I also think the NFL, I don't know if it works this way or in reverse, but the NFL marketing their teams um has a lot to do with I think we talked about before, like a football team really kind of having being parallel with what you feel your identity is. Just because they and I think also it has to do too with the fact that it is a gladiator sport. Like you have all these
Yeah.
dudes, we got each other's back, we're going to war, all this shit. Like I think it all plays into um, and it's the ultimate team. Football always gets branded as the ultimate team sport. Like they hold hands before. Like it's just such. I don't know, man. Football is so much. It's just so much different. Even though I love basketball, the NFL is king, and it's not gonna be for at least 20 years, if it's ever a question. I mean, the NBA. I mean, we have some great stars right now, but it's football. Like it's
I don't think
Sunday.
it's
It's
ever going to
tradition.
happen. I
The
don't think it's ever going to get
president's
overtaken.
the President's Day theory, man. I was say if I got a crown, I would tell you drop this, King. That was a really good. Yeah, I've never heard that one before. What I've also, I think we talked about it before. I'll just able to rile you up again. Super Bowl being in London.
No.
Now, do you see? It's not going to be in Canada. The CFL, like that's not.
The Super Bowl will never not be in the United States. Never, ever, ever, ever will it not be in the United States.
What's your favorite city where they host a Super Bowl? Mine is New Orleans. I love the jazz theme.
It New Orleans is awesome. Um,
They've had some great games too. I think that's why,
so here's the thing with the Super Bowl, right? God, I don't know how to word this without sounding like a non-football traditionalist because I am really. I love the sport of football. I don't want the game to be played in shitty weather. Like I don't want it to
no,
be
because
in
you have
this
great teams. You shouldn't have something coming in and affecting the outcome of the game. I agree with you 100%.
like remember the
Colts, Bears.
2006 Colts
Yeah.
Bears. That game was heavily impacted by weather. Like I want it to be in the Cardinal Stadium. I want it to be in the Louisiana and the Saints Stadium in Dallas. I want it to be in
Minnesota because it's indoor. Well, now that's another thing. I mean, the whole week it's going to be outdoors, but the game's going to be indoors. I mean, but you know how cold. I mean, it's Minnesota in February. So how do you feel about that?
Sure. That I don't have that much of an issue with, mainly because obviously I won't be at the Super Bowl. So I don't have an issue with it personally. I could see why the players would. My thing as a fan is you said it halfway the way that I wanted to. I'm going to take it one step further
Hmm.
than that because you said you don't want the game to be affected by the weather, which I fully agree with. But I'm also going to take it one step further. I want it to be more aesthetically pleasing to my eye. Like
It's a
when it's
Super
an in
Bowl. It's the
when
pageantry.
it's absolutely when it's the lights, you know what I mean? The lights hit the jerseys, the lights hit the helmets. You want it to have that glow, that shine to it. And you get that so much more from an indoor stadium than you do an outdoor. Now, obviously the old heads, which I'm 34, so I could be considered an old head too, and the
You,
true
you're
football
you're you're
purists,
unk.
yeah, they're like, no, that it should be played in the mud. Like, it's like I get it. I understand your point of view from where you're coming from. I get it. That's football. Like, trust me, I fully understand. But from a watching point, from an aesthetics point, I want it to be in a big, beautiful stadium, indoors, and I just want it to be the most exciting, entertaining game that you can possibly have. That's what the Super Bowl is made for. Obviously, you want the best team to win too, or the team that you have rooting interest in, and you want to see an amazing game. But you also want it to be aesthetically pleasing. I don't know if you remember a Monday night game about God, what was it, 10 years ago now, maybe even a little bit more than 10 years ago, between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Miami
Miami
Dolphins.
Dolphins, 3-0 when the ball stuck in the.
100%. Is that a Super Bowl you'd want to watch? Like, obviously, you'd watch it, but is that something you'd look back like, oh, that was the greatest Super Bowl ever? Or would you be like, man, I wish they played that game inside?
I'm with you. I can get both points of view because a lot of people think that's what makes football football. Fair, but I'm with you because
Which
I
is
feel
true.
like it
Like,
is
their
because
point on
foot.
that's not wrong. Like, you know what I mean?
That's what
Their
I was gonna
point on
say.
that's not
I
wrong.
can't even
Yeah.
say like, but this is what. No, I mean I really can't say they're wrong because if that's what you feel like football is being able to that it should be an outdoor sport that you should overcome regardless of the weather. I that's your point, and I actually agree with that in a way. But I'm kind of more with you. I want it to be the way the lights hit the jersey. How big is the stadium? Like, can you look at the stadium and be like, whoa, you know what I mean? I mean, think about the halftime show. Now, Purple Rain, that was a blessing in disguise because Prince was performing that night. And then the other thing is we forget about the one that they played in New York because the Seahawks beat the brakes off the Broncos, but it was cold there, I think, when
It
they
was
played
cold.
that game.
No, you're right. It was. But at least, like, it was clear skies. Like, the weather didn't have much of an impact on it as far as conditions wise, like field condition wise. But no, you're 100% right. It was cold. And that can take away,
I,
especially from a highly offensive power team like Denver was. That can take away from a few things they want to do if it's
it
cold.
was 43
So
days, so it was.
it didn't matter. It didn't. No, it didn't matter whatsoever. No, I'm not saying the
I know, I know, I
condition
know.
of the stadium had anything to do with the game, but um, it just I want it to be in a dome stadium in a Super Bowl. I can't. I know that takes away from the purists. Like I get it. I understand, but I want it to look aesthetically pleasing. Like I'm not. This sounds so biased coming from as a Cowboys fan. When you're watching a game in AT&T Stadium and you see the sun reflecting off the
Oh, it's
star
beautiful,
on the
man.
Cowboys, it's beautiful. It's one of the best sights in sports, man.
Hmm.
And it's just I want to be able to have that visualization in a Super Bowl too. You know what I mean? I want to see the lights reflecting off the jerseys, like we said. I want to be able to see every little thing. I don't want the weather to impact it.
And one thing to add on to your point, about wanting to see it in a beautiful stadium, I mean, think of it's a Super Bowl, it's a showcase. How much so many people watch the Super Bowl. These beautiful state-of-the-art stadiums. They weren't just built to fucking sit and look pretty. Like they
No.
know they were set to look pretty on national TV, on worldwide TV at the Super Bowl. You talk about the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Now there are some to where we're just going to deal with them.
Oh,
You know,
that's a
this
great
this
one.
the Superdome is always, I mean, it's a Superdome. The Katrina, like it's never going to be replaced. Arizona, I mean, Glendale, I mean, it's been in the rotation for a minute. I mean, I think that's, I mean, State Farm, I've seen it from the outside. It's nice. But what I'm saying is like, it's just, I feel like you have you build all these stadiums. Why go and play a game in fucking Buffalo, New York,
Or Kansas City,
or
like
Kansas City, and it's
or Green
muggy
Bay.
and shit, and you got these state-of-the-art domes with luxury suites, and and they've been built in the last 5 years. You know what I'm saying? 10 years. Why would so I'm kind of with you on that part. Like almost it seems like what's the point of what's the point of having a Super Bowl? But like, what's the point of having all these nice ass stadiums if we can't showcase our premier event that is literally everybody in the world fucking knows about? At least in the United States, everybody knows what the Super Bowl is. Why would we have it in goddamn, somewhere where we shouldn't be having it? But it's God, man, it's gonna be so fun. I've been thinking about Kansas City going 18-0, but it's gonna be a rough road. They got Philly, I think, week 2.
Week yeah, week two. And
Yeah,
they got the Chargers at home in week they have the Chargers in Brazil week
on
one.
YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know.
And why, man? They got us. Why are they playing? They're trying to. I mean, Brazil's got a massive populated country, and I haven't done much
Are
research.
they
Maybe they do play a lot of football out there, but I mean, do we have a hot? I mean, honestly, I see more foreign guys in the NFL every year. It seems like.
are they playing it in the same stadium where they played Packers and Eagles last year?
No, no, I don't think it's in Isn't it Sao Paulo? What's the other one? Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Because
she's
they had that game in Brazil last year. I don't know if it's at the same stadium this year that it was last year though.
Purple Rain. It's in Sao Paulo. I think last year it was in. Hold on, Eagles Packers week 1. This one's in Sao Paulo. That one was in. Wasn't no fucking Green Bay. No, no, there was threats. I know damn well that game wasn't in Green Bay, bro.
No, it was in
Um,
South America. It
whenever I
was
was gonna
in
say,
Brazil.
yeah, I think it was damn, where is this shit? I think it was Sao Paulo, but anyway, yeah, like I don't know, like why do you? Obviously, they want to grow the game. That's an obvious answer, but I
Yeah.
guess what I want to ask, a better way to ask it, do you like what they're doing as far as the international stuff? Are you indifferent towards it? Like what? How do you? I've never really asked you
So
about that, and you're a big football fan, so I kind of want to know.
I'm fine with it. You know what I mean? Like I I like the London games because
Right,
it's especially on the East Coast. You wake up at 9:30, you got football for 14 hours. Like
bro. When I was in Vegas, it'd be 6:30 in the morning.
so, but one thing
Right,
that
sorry.
I'm not the biggest no, you're fine. You're good. You're good. One thing that I think they should. Obviously, I'm not an NFL scheduler, right? So I don't know how their views work in this situation. I don't know how their mindset is. I've noticed they don't really put the creme de la creme on there. They do every now and again. Don't get me wrong. But last year, right, one of the games was the Patriots and the Jags, and there was the Jets and the Vikings. Like, I want to see what they would do with Cowboys Chiefs. Like, oh, you're muted again.
Sorry, a couple years back they had Miami and Chiefs in I think
They
Germany, I
did.
think it was, or London, I don't remember which. But
Yeah.
no,
So,
I
like I
get you. I
said,
mean, like last year though, they got fucking Panthers Giants, bro. Like honestly, I don't. I mean, I was watching it, but I kind of was watching English Premier League. That's how much I didn't want to watch Panthers Giants.
right. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're right. Every once in a while, they'll do it for sure. But I'd say a good 75% of the time that they air these games out in London, it's
hmm
between two games that would have
Jacksonville
been,
versus pick your.
yeah, Jacksonville versus whoever.
hmm
Like Dallas did it once in 2014. They played Jacksonville, beat the brakes off them, but um, they haven't done it since. Dallas isn't a typical team that you're going to see in London, which I get and I don't get because obviously Dallas is the NFL's most marketable franchise, right?
By
And
far,
so obviously if they do it for Dallas, Dallas is going to be the visiting team in that aspect every time, I guarantee you, because they're not going to take a game away from AT&T Stadium
that's what I
and
was gonna
lose
say.
that
They're
revenue.
they're not gonna. Jerry's not gonna lose a home game in the 17 game season. It would have to be a year where they well. No, I mean, because they wouldn't give up a home game, period. So I don't see them ever doing it. If you have 8 home games and 8 away games, I mean, you could make one of your away games the London game. Okay. You already only had 8 home games anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. Like, and so I see why they don't do it in this instance too, because Dallas is their most marketable franchise. So they want to keep all their games obviously within the United States to
hmm
make sure they get all the most revenue possible for each team that they can. Because obviously, when they go to London, obviously both teams get the revenue for sure, but a good portion of that revenue, I bet, goes to the stadium itself too.
hmm
And so when it's Dallas, you would think that they'd want to show their most marketable team too. You know what I mean? Like they'd want to show this is our Yankees. You know, this is our most successful
Go
franchise.
showcase them
Like
to the world, right?
absolutely, no, 100%. And it's not even just in the NFL. And I hate having to talk about this as a fan of Dallas because it makes you seem so biased. But the
hmm
Cowboys are the most recognizable and the biggest sports franchise, not even just in football, in the world.
I think more so than the Yankees.
100%. Look at the revenue. It's not close.
Yeah. I mean, but also too, it's well. I mean that's a star, but I believe you though. I mean, the star. You know what I'm saying? How great they were in the 70s.
In the
I mean, I
90s,
yeah. Uh, I get you though. Especially, I believe it because I've definitely said I know they're the most valuable football. I mean, they're the most valuable North American
sports
sports
franchise.
franchise. I think they're number one as far as sports. Period. Yeah.
Yeah, in the
Um,
not even just in North America, in the
in the
world.
world,
They're
yeah.
the
It's them. I know Madrid was up there. The Knicks. I don't know.
the Yankees
Uh,
are up there. The
Yankees.
Warriors are up there too somehow.
I think Barcelona's up there. Yeah, Warriors are up there. I did see that. Yeah, the Warriors are pretty high. I mean, because the Warriors, bro. I mean, you talk about runs of a lifetime. I mean, them dudes just. I mean, they
They
became
they ruined. I hate to say it, they ruined basketball for 4 years.
they
It,
became the
you
gold
know what?
standard. No pun
Yeah,
intended.
100%. No, they really did. Um, you know what's frustrating a lot about being a Cowboys fan too is kind of just that. It's being a Cowboys fan, like a real Cowboys fan that's a
hmm
fan of football. Because I'll talk, I will talk football to anyone that wants to talk it, right? And then when you hear people say, "Oh, I'm a Cowboys fan," it's like, okay. And then you kind of start to talk to them about the past few seasons, and like, "Oh, I don't really watch. I don't really watch. It's just, I like to follow up on what they're doing." It's like, man, you don't really get that with many other teams. Like when you talk to
I
someone
get
who's
what
a
you're
Rams
saying
fan,
because I get what you're saying because everybody Everybody associates themselves with. I know people do the same thing with the Lakers. Oh, I'm a Laker fan. Oh yeah, what do you think about their depth this year? Ah, yeah, man. But it's the Lakers because everybody's gonna have some association with them. Same with the Raiders. You go up somebody,
Absolutely.
yeah, you know what I mean.
And
So I get
so
exactly
it's
what you're saying.
so it could be like I'll use the Lakers for an example, then I'll train it back to Dallas here because you could be talking to someone who's a Lakers fan, right? And they're like, "Oh man, how do you think the emergence of Austin Reeves is going?" They're like, "Oh, I don't really know who Austin Reeves is, right?" And so it's kind of like the same thing when you're talking about, I'm a Cowboys fan. It's like, man, what do you think of Dexter Coakley in his heyday, or Dat Win,
That Dexter,
or
you don't even fucking know who Dexter Coakley is.
I know who Dexter Coakley is.
I'm
He was
just
never,
playing. I'm just joking. Like that's the most random
but
fucking player you could possibly think of.
or okay, I'll throw even a more modern player just so it's more understandable. Like when you
Quincy
talk about
Carter.
Quincy Carter, Avion Kason, Randall Williams, Sean Lee. Like when you just
I
throw out these random
heard of
players and
one
they're
of
like,
those guys, bro. Sean Lee.
what about Tashard Choice, Felix Jones, Terrence
Felix Jones. He went to
Williams?
Arkansas. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Or the guy who won the reality show, Jesse Hawley, Laurent Robinson. Like when you just throw it all, and they're like, oh, I've never
Nice
heard of any of
pull.
them.
But I get you. I get your point, and it's their reach is just so big, man, and it's that shiny star, and it's Jerry doing everything different. Everybody else, Coke, he's Pepsi. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
100%. And so when they're like, oh, I've never heard of any of those guys, it's like, okay, so you're not a Cowboys fan. Like, and I can't, that infuriates me more than anything as a true fan of football and a true fan of the team. Because I didn't fall in love with the Cowboys because of the glitz and the glamour. Like, the first game, I've told you this before, I'm pretty sure, the first game I ever remember watching, it was Super Bowl 30, Cowboys Steelers. Cowboys beat them 27-17 for their third Super Bowl in 4 years. I was
Barry Switzer
five,
was the
maybe
coach,
six.
right?
Barry Switzer. I
Uh,
was 5, maybe 6 years old. Fell in love with him ever since, man. And obviously, it's been nothing but heartache ever since. But I've stuck with them. They will never ever not be my favorite, not just football team, but sports team. Like how much love I got for the Celtics. The Cowboys are on a different level, man. Like it's a completely different level
I
than
want to
even my
see.
love
I
for
want
the
to see
Celtics.
the Cowboys win. I know we always say that we want to see our friends suffer, which it is pretty funny watching you just completely like almost grovel to God for the team to do better. But to see them win what's bad, like just because I mean you have never said a good thing about them because you're a realist. And what I hate, we talk about things that you hate. We'll get on to the question here in a second. I hate when people fuck, what was I gonna say? Damn, I lost my train of thought because we were talking about
Because you said I'm a realist. You hate when people like try to like overestimate their team or something.
oh no, that's sorry. Thank you. What I was gonna say was when people are like, "Oh, you're not a real fan," you know when you criticize somebody. No, because I watch the games.
Exactly. It's like because
That's
I
that's what
have
irritates me.
eyes.
Yeah.
I have eyes. I know what I'm watching. Like you're right. I'm a realist, 100%. And I unfortunately a little bit more optimistic than I feel I should be this season for Dallas. This is the type of season where they're getting a lot of doubt, and everyone is doubting them, saying, "Oh, they're going to go 7-10. They're going to miss the playoffs." Typically, when it's those type of rumblings against Dallas, they typically come out strong. So I'm just a little bit more optimistic than I would like to be. Like I can't help it though. Like that's just how I truly feel. I would like to be more pessimistic and be like, oh, they'll probably be 7-9, 7-10, 9-8, somewhere around there, so I don't get my hopes up. But there's this little voice in the back of my head saying they're gonna be all right. They're gonna be fine this year. And before we get on to the question, my hot take before the next show, Micah Parsons is going to be signed to return to a long term extension.
I agree, but we'll see how that pans out. So, question for this week.
Do you got it?
No, I got it. I was just thinking about how I should word it. I kind of had it earlier, but I'm trying to think of how to word it. What is one team that you thought was gonna break? Not necessarily they had to choke in the championship or anything. What team did you think was gonna break through and just be the next super team and wasn't? All-star, the Philadelphia 76ers. Ben Simmons, what happened to you?
Good answer. That's a really good answer. I mean, that's not bad at all because you think with the talent that Philadelphia had at that
Hmm.
point, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, they had Jimmy Butler at one point, they had that sharpshooter and JJ Redick all on a
Tobias.
team. Yeah, absolutely. And so they just never fully synced up and clicked. Mine, Milwaukee Bucks. After that 2021 run,
Oh,
Giannis
you
was
thought that they were gonna
undisputably.
become a dynasty or something. I got you.
Yeah, 100%. Because I thought, Giannis was obviously undisputably best player in basketball. Chris Middleton had a great playoff run, looked like a phenomenal Robin to Giannis's Batman. And obviously Brooke Lopez able to hit the big shots when they're needed, one of the best shooting big men in the league at the time. And they just never really came into fruition. Obviously,
Right.
because 2022 came along, Golden State won it, then Denver won it, then the Celtics won it, and obviously OKC. There's a lot of parity in basketball right now, which I
Mhm.
kind of like. It's almost with the parity, it's almost like it's parodying the NFL, as in where
Mhm.
there's no really, outside of the Chiefs, of course, because obviously they've been to what, four of the last five Super Bowls, something of that nature, three of the last four. Um, and so they're taking parity from the NFL, and there's no real super dominant team. Like, I don't think OKC repeats next year.
We'll see. It's gonna be interesting. OKC is young and they have a lot of great attitudes, but it was a great show, man. Don't
Absolutely.
want to do it like the what are they, the Sopranos where it cuts off mid-sentence, but I'm very excited to watch some college football this week. Quick, what are you gonna watch this weekend sporting event?
Oh, Ohio State, Texas.
I mean, other than USC, Arkansas or Missouri State, yeah, Ohio State, Texas. I mean, yeah, I think the USC game is a given, but Ohio State, Texas, I'm excited. Go Arch. But until next time, man, Justin, we can't wait to have you back, man. Sean, hope everything is going good in Colorado, brother. And for me and Casey, we will see you next week for the episode 88, the Michael Irvin episode. Big fan of his, like I said after watching the doc, man. Michael Irvin, like I said, he seemed like he's still a little crazy, but yeah, man, it's I've been having fun. I'm about to actually finish watching it right now. So mixed reactions. We'll see you
Hey,
guys
have a good
later,
night. Mixed
man.
reactions.
We still don't know how to close the show, but I think we did decent. Have a good one.